Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here, the internet's busiest music nerd. I hope you're doing well. Let's talk about chart-topping tunes, number one songs, and we've got a big one here for this video. That would be Alex Warren's Ordinary, a track that has spent multiple weeks at number one at this point. And in a way, despite its widespread commercial success, has done so almost quietly. Alex Warren isn't one of these artists who tends to stir up a lot of drama and get hotly discussed in the music social media sphere. In fact, I think the first time I ran across him was for that Chapel Roan video that I did, where I was talking about all of the Pink Pony Club covers. His was pretty piss poor in my opinion.
She sees her baby girl, I know she's gonna scream, God, what have you done? You're a pink pony.
But yeah, this almost covert aspect of Alex Warren's popularity is surprising when you consider this guy is a former Hype House creator, and after a pretty tumultuous upbringing had a super legitimate and huge potential career in social media content creation, the influencer space. But he seems to have made a pretty clean and effective break into the music world, where songs like Ordinary here are not only holding that number one spot on the charts pretty firmly, but Warren actually deprived Drake of that number one spot with his latest single, What Did I Miss?, a track that clearly Champagne Papi was anticipating was going to take that number one spot. In fact, Drake took to social media to kind of voice his displeasure with landing merely at number two with the song. But really, how can we be surprised considering it's such a boring song where he's whining about people who used to be his friends? He can't be friends with them anymore because Kendrick, because not like us. Maybe another reason for Drake to sue, who knows? But yeah, Alex Warren had a bit of a cheeky response as well to Drake being unsatisfied with not dethroning Ordinary. And it wasn't an aggressive or over-the-top response, more evidence of Alex being, I guess, a relatively chill guy. But yeah, there really does seem to be something to the appeal of the song, given that it is just not being ejected from number one right now. Now, to get into the nitty-gritty of the track, I will say from the outset, I don't enjoy this track. In fact, if I can avoid listening to it, I will. It has been one of my least favorite songs I have heard over the past year, but still, I feel like its popularity makes sense. Because aesthetically and musically, I feel like it carries the fingerprints of so many other corny number one artists and hits that we've heard in decades past. First off, you got those big stomp clap rhythms and choruses with lots of layered vocal harmonies, which are really coming back in style. I really don't know how culturally that is the case right now, especially given how much flack Brendan Abernathy got for, his little Married in a Year song, with people saying, oh, this is just stomp clap crap. This is like, Kyle Gordon music, but for real, which like the entire internet convened to hate on that, but you let this fucking thing slip by you. Clearly these people are not tending the goal. No ill will toward Alex, though. I'm riffing. Yeah, there is a bit of a folksiness to the stomp clap vibe on this track, but I will say the groove, the progression of it also reeks of Imagine Dragons influence. But if you could strip back anything about that band that was just the least bit rock and roll and the least bit arena and hype and exciting, and then replace that with like Christian music. So you're essentially looking at, through this song, this revival of dramatic, millennial, over-the-top, spotlit balladry, paired with some stomp clap grooves, some bland acoustic instrumentation with a bit of an Imagine Dragons Christian twist. And there you have the formula this song is bringing to the table. Then there's also the matter of Alex's vocals, which I don't really care for either. It's got this kind of like deep, measured, polite vibrato to it that feels British a little bit in some way, and yet Alex is American himself, from what I understand. There's something that's a little sleep token coded about it as well. I don't know what it is about this male style of singing at the moment, but it seems to do really well. But you know what? I will say this, for all of my criticisms in terms of like how bland and agreeable and formulaic this song is, I do think when you look at the lyrics and the content of the song at its core, it is coming from a real place, an emotional place, a personal place. To me, this doesn't feel like a cynical piece of pop slop that is desperately trying to do whatever it can to appeal to the largest number of people possible. I mean, if in fact that was the case, I would have to call Alex an evil mastermind of music, because he really did kind of pull off a grand emotional manipulation here. But no, I will give it to Alex that it does feel like this song on some level is a real, genuine expression of emotion. Doesn't change the fact that it does feel like I'm reading, you know, a Hallmark greeting card. But you know what? Sometimes those can be given with love as well, with a little bit of a big Imagine Dragons chorus and a stomp clap groove. I guess the question from here is that it remains to be seen whether or not Alex will legitimately be able to off-ramp this hit song into a massive solo career and a successful album too. And lo and behold, Alex's brand new album, his second album, is set to drop tomorrow at the time of me shooting this video. There are features from Jelly Roll as well as Rosé of Blackpink fame in the mix on this one too. And with backing from Atlantic on this one, it feels like all of the major pieces are there to turn Alex into, you know, kind of like the next male acoustic sad Benson Boone sensation. I guess we'll just have to see whether or not he can pull off a backflip on live television or something like that in the coming months. But what are you going to do? It's an emotional white boy summer, everybody. An emotional white boy summer. Let me know what you guys think about this track down in the comments. I'm absolutely positively sure that you will. And over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, Alex Warren, Ordinary, forever.